Hello, the name of the show is highly questionable because we ask a lot of questions and because he's always high. Izzy, what do you like on the show today?
If Mike McCarthy spent his year off filming a reality show, would you watch it? Because I think I would.
No.
No?
Dale, papi.
Haha, should Kyler Murray go in the NFL draft?
I don't believe that I am qualified to answer this question. I am not the person to ask this, and not just because I thought David Carr was the greatest college quarterback I've ever seen. I'm having more difficulty measuring the value of prospects at this position than I've ever had because of the changing rules. Because Baker Mayfield goes somehow from walking on in college to the #1 overall pick, and they seem to have hit on it. I don't know that I could do this. I do know that this guy feels a little bit like a smaller Patrick Mahomes with less arm strength. I'm not sure that's a positive.
David Carr, eh?
Yes, David Carr.
Glad they gave you a TV show, I'm sure. Look, I don't know how to assess Kyler Murray, but there are these rumors all of a sudden that even the Cardinals would consider drafting him #1 overall. And it's kind of interesting that Cliff Kingsbury is going to be their next coach, and he has said in the past he would draft that dude, Kyler Murray, #1 overall. That in itself, and here I am avoiding the question just like Dan is, that in itself is crazy fascinating to me because not only did this organization show a lack of patience with their head coach firing him after 1 year, but if they go ahead and draft Kyler Murray and trade Josh Rosen, then you're looking at the picture of impatience in an organization, and you're handing Kingsbury all the keys right there because you're giving him the quarterback that he wants. And I'm with Dan. He looked a little small against Alabama. Didn't look like he could just navigate the pocket especially well against NFL-type talent. That would be a risky go for me.
Oh, I voted for him, for the Heisman. How about you? Who did you vote for?
I voted for him as well, yeah.
You did? So two votes. How about you, Issy? Who did you vote for?
I don't have a vote.
You don't have a vote?
That's what my father was trying to get. I'm sorry.
You shouldn't be discussing
Sorry,
this.
we shouldn't be discussing this with the three of us. It should just be the two Heisman voters.
Has Adam Gase earned the opportunity to head coach again?
It's not Gase, it's Adam Gase. His record was substandard with the Miami Dolphins, but the reason he's been hired for this position, I don't want to earn the opportunity, doesn't make sense. And of course it does from this perspective. Not just because at some point this season you're going to have the Jets and the Dolphins probably trying to steal the Bills coach while the Patriots laugh at them because they're doing a shell game in the division. This guy has made every quarterback that he's had be the best version of himself. Jay Cutler, Tim Tebow, Ryan Tannehill's numbers when he was healthy. This guy can help quarterbacks, and that's what the Jets want more than anything else.
When Adam Gase made the playoffs in his first season as the Dolphins head coach, he probably felt more equipped than anybody in that building, in that facility, to make decisions for that team because that franchise has been a mess for a decade plus. The next 2 years riddled with injury, 6-10, 7-9. But at the beginning of last year, Dan, when they were going 3-0 and Albert Wilson and Jakeem Grant were running all over the place, you thought to yourself, man, that offense does look pretty good if you give them a couple of pieces. So if I'm the Jets and I'm looking at who has more credibility, the Dolphins who fired him or Adam Gase who made something out of nothing in Miami, I'm going to go ahead and say Adam Gase is my guy. And, man, the future of Sam Darnold seems so much brighter than the future of Ryan Tannehill ever did. So I'm with the Jets here in making this selection. It just makes the Dolphins look even worse.
Hey, Jets fan, get ready for your new quarterback. Brock Osweiler is coming into town.
Yes.
That's right.
What's that smell? B-O.
Will Mike McCarthy regret being so picky?
Are we totally sure that he was actually picky? Because when everyone was looking for coaches, do we know that a lot of people were sniffing around Mike McCarthy as fact? I don't know that. It seemed like the Jets were interested. And then it could have been that Mike McCarthy said, it's Jets or bust for me. So they went in another direction. He saves face, maybe comes over to ESPN and gas bags for a year, beating up John Fox like he did when they were coaching against each other. And next year he'll have another opportunity.
This McCarthy thing is pretty fascinating to me because this guy was really good. He had a great run with the Green Bay Packers, a Super Bowl, a couple NFC championships. So it feels like one of three things probably happened to him here. We either gave, and everybody else did, Aaron Rodgers way too much credit for all that success, and Mike McCarthy does not feel like a competent head coach. Or, while he was at Green Bay, the game seemed to have passed him by, perhaps. Maybe the offenses have passed him by, and now these coaches are saying, the game's a little bit ahead of your time. Or three, these guys are just wrong. And an Adam Gase is getting way much more credit for what he did than what Mike McCarthy did in Green Bay. I'm not sure which of those is the answer here, but it seems like this guy should have had another job if he wanted one after that level of success.
So Mike McCarthy is sitting out next year, eh?
That's
Yep.
right.
How is that different from this year?
Oh, I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
I'll never go to the playoffs next year. You're not.
Do you buy that the Freak Rick is not thinking about winning the MVP?
Greek Freak is what his nickname is, and he was tremendous last night. They got past the Rockets. The Rockets had been playing very well, and Giannis is unlike most of the guys in this league, is he? When you watch him play basketball, even among the athletic, you're looking at somebody who looks like he can do more than everyone who's out there. But when he says he's not thinking about the MVP, he is so young in his career right now. I'm sure James Harden, when he was at Oklahoma City, wasn't thinking about an MVP back then. You think about your legacy when you're done with your youth.
Yeah, I did a game with Giannis just a couple weeks ago, and it was sort of refreshing to hear him talk about it. He says, well, when you get happy with what you're doing, you get weak, and I don't want to feel weak whatsoever. I want to keep going toward this goal of mine. But there's sort of a fine line in the NBA, right? You sort of have to have that brashness about you. You have to have that James Harden saying, I'm coming for my second one when it's December, January. I feel like Giannis could use a little bit more of that and sort of bully his opponents that way, mentally and physically. But the fact that he's even in the conversation, the fact that if he finishes in the top 2 and can't shoot a jump shot is amazing. I think Giannis is going to get everything he wants. If he wants to be patient about it, cool, but he's going to get MVPs. He's going to get championships.
And what you're going to see in coming years of evolution as he heads into the playoffs is, can the Celtics, with all their stars, beat this one guy that plays for this really long team? Because the more winning he does, the closer he'll get to that thing.
Boy, people, they make fun of the running beer defense. But do you see him intercepting that pass?
Oh, that's right. He got in the way. He played some good defense here. There it is.
Bang,
Bang,
right.
bang.
Look at that.
Yes,
Bang.
that is right in the
Bang.
face. And, by the way, he collapses, and Giannis has better post position and the ball than he did before he threw it over there.
Do we need to start thinking about the Celtics as the best team in the East again?
Yes, because we need a fifth question at the end of this A block, and we need to start thinking about Pacers basketball in a regular season basketball game where a very good Pacers team went into Boston and got dismantled by a Boston offense that has been best in the league since Thanksgiving. However, even though the Pacers go into that game, the Oladipos go into that game, whatever it was, 24-10, achieving beyond all of our expectations, none of you believe in Oladipo and the Pacers as a serious threat to this team in any kind of way. The top of the division is not the Pacers.
There are some things to worry about with the Celtics still. If you look at their front court, they rely a lot on Al Horford. Al Horford, 32 years old. I love him. He's practically family. He's a Gator. He's Dominican. Okay, but he's 32 years old, getting older, limited minutes right now because his knee's hurting. By the time the playoffs come, I don't know if he's going to be able to handle Joel Embiid the way he does normally, or Giannis every once in a while the way he does. And I'm not sure what the rest of that front court is good enough to withstand that type of bully type of basketball through a 7-game series. The issue is there. The Raptors may not play that way. The Bucks may not play that way. It's pretty much just the Sixers that are going to be able to pound the ball inside and give the Celtics hell that way. But look at the record. The Celtics versus Sixers the last couple of years. It's been a blowout in the Celtics' favor.
Well, the Celtics are coming into town tonight, and they're going to be playing the Heat. And the Heat, they are tough. It's going to be a hell of a game. You know what I mean? I tell you, the Celtics, that magic carpet ride is going to come to an end tonight, you know, because I'm going to be with that crowd. If I'm not, you know, I'm going to leave the ice cream line just to be with that crowd. You know what I mean? That's what I got to do. That's what I'm going to do. And that crowd is going to get tough. And if it doesn't get tough, then I go back to the ice cream line, you know. So I got a lot of choices, you know what I mean? You tell me what the hell is going on here, you know? Coming up next on Highly Questionable.
It's a national disgrace. This once magnificent Murray cod is dead, and it absolutely stinks. We need people who are going to stand up for the river and make sure we put the interests of the Darling River and our ecology before that of multinational corp.
My Son's TV show is brought to you by Verizon. Chosen by experts. Chosen by you. Time to play the game that can sweet talk his way out of anything. Do you question?
You give us topics and events, and we question them.
Do you question if the ref robbed Houston of their undefeated season?
Okay, Houston is 15-0 headed into this game, one of only 3 undefeateds. Duke is not one of those undefeateds. This game came to the end. Here's Houston shooting down 2 against Temple.
Robinson with 5 to shoot. Davis, a chance to tie it. Gets it at the buzzer. Counted and the
No!
Did they wipe that away?
No, they didn't call what? They didn't call that a charge.
They
What?
called
no,
that a
no,
charge.
no, you did not. No, banish them. Banish them.
Wow.
They did not do that.
Oh my God, the coach is
Oh,
falling
that's
to the
all
floor.
of America. All of America caring about Houston basketball.
I mean, that might be a good call.
I don't care whether it's a good call or not. You cannot call that in that situation.
I mean, his legs are spread
Come
pretty far.
on.
How many people just found out that Kelvin Sampson coaches Houston?
Houston, we have a problem.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Do you question if Marquette earned this buzzer beater?
Okay, Marcus Howard is a prolific scorer. You don't see these types very much in college basketball. He scored 53 last night, but his team is down here late against Creighton. Here he comes.
This is Creighton with the ball, and
Creighton
that is
inbounding.
a terrible decision right there. What are you doing? There are 0.8 seconds left in that game. All you need to do is get somebody to tip the ball, preferably in two-point territory, so they don't give up a three. Oh, I know this is good.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course.
Oh, of course.
Of course.
Oh.
By the way, the guy inbounding the ball was the guy who scored 53 points. That is crazy.
Can we go back just a second? Because just as we were excited, I want to go back through this one more time so you guys can see in the right-hand corner of your screen, lower part, how the referee, he enjoys this more than any of us when it goes in. Look at this referee on the lower right-hand corner. Right here!
Oh, that's the referee's dream right there, the emphatic call.
That ref was more excited than any of the players on that team.
It's a highlight for him, too.
Oh, man.
What happened?
I had Creighton -3. Do you question if the people in this medical cart should find this funny?
I find that funny.
Is it ever a good thing if medical cart is in your funny video portion of the show? What do we have here?
Preparou a capa de chuva aí, Brizola?
Ow! That's, yeah,
And he's
Brazil.
laughing about it. What? This is what soccer has done to us. This is what Neymar has done to us. You run over somebody's foot and you still think they're faking it and you just laugh about it. I mean, that's probably a more serious injury than the one you brought the cart over for to begin with.
I got to be honest, I still think he was faking it.
Well, it could have gone worse.
No, it couldn't have gone worse.
Sure?
No.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah, could
There
have
you
gone
are.
worse. There it is.
There you
Yes,
have
that's much worse, actually. Much.
Oh.
Brown noser.
Do you question if this is going to help this Australian Minister of Parliament spread his message to a wider audience?
The question is he was hoping for today when he walked in. All right, we've got some sort of plague where fish are dying at an alarming rate, and the Prime Minister needs to address it.
It's a national disgrace. This once magnificent Murray cod is dead and it absolutely stinks. We need people who are going to stand up for the river and make sure we put the interests of the Darling River and our ecology before that of multinational corporates that are ripping the guts out of the Darling River. This is what you get when you don't pay attention. This is what you get when you leave the National Party in charge of water in Australia. Dead fish, a massive stink. Oh, sorry, I'm going to stop.
And effectively it runs
I
into
can't
the
watch
billions
this.
of
I'm going to
people.
throw up on
At the
television.
moment,
I can't watch.
numbers
If
are
you-
saying hundreds of thousands to millions. This river system will run about another 150 kilometres. So if you have these type of queues up and down, you'll be talking of billions of fish being destroyed by this government. Any last words, Dick?
I feel sorry for Jeremy, I tell you. No. Poor bastard.
That couldn't have been better if they had been acting it out with professional actors.
What could have been better if they said, no, let's do this again, take two.
If the vomiting, I'm not kidding you guys, if I had seen vomiting, I would have thrown up on this desk.
Really?
No, I don't. No, I won't tell him.
Don't cover your
No,
eyes.
it's not the same. It's not the same. But you guys are so predictable. It's the wedding dress thing, right? It's the wedding dress thing. I'm not looking. I mean, I'm not looking. My
It's
eyes
gross,
are
Dan.
closed.
You should look.
I'm not throwing up on television.
To you by Papa John's new Papa Rewards program. Earn points 5 times faster. Time to play the game that is totally burnt out. See? Oh no.
Burnt out like tired or burnt out like the highly and highly questionable? You tell us what to watch on television tonight. We'll tell you if we're intrigued.
Tonight at 3 a.m. on the Tennis Channel, the ATP Kooyong Classic.
Oh yeah, baby. Yes, hardcore tune-up for the Australian Open all the time. My father and I, 3 a.m., get in front of the television and are like watching this together. It's a family thing. We've done it for about 30 years. So here's Kyrgios. These two Australians, they're fun, they're weird, unusual guys. They don't try all the time. Look at them. Serving for the match right here. That was it?
Is that a serve?
Is that the serve?
Did he go behind the back?
That's it. That's how he won the game. He tricked him. Wow. He tricked him at the very end. Oh, that's a good serve. Oh, yes. Excellent work. Excellent. And now you see why me and my father, every year at 3 a.m., get in front of the television and love watching this hardcore tune-up for the Australian Open. Izzy, are you intrigued?
Well, now I'm in, and I'm coming over, guys. 2:59. I'll be right there.
Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. You don't have to worry about the time at night because at that time I'm up and running to the bathroom. You know,
That's
something
right,
another
that's
stop in
right.
the bathroom
If
and
you
then I
think
go
he
to
was
the
lying,
TV set
yeah.
and I see the whole ball of wax. You know, I got no problem with that.
Up
I'm
and
a
running.
night owl. That's when it comes to that.
The ball of wax is in the sporting event, not
That's
in
true.
the bathroom.
Well, that's true.
In California, jetpack racing.
Oh, Poppy, yes. Every weekend, my Poppy's out. He's out there. He's jetpack racing. People do it around here. Look at this.
This looks like so much fun. It doesn't look like they're racing.
No, that's not a racing. It's just guys flying around on jetpacks. But I would have taken it anyway. You didn't have to disguise it. Izzy, are you intrigued?
Well, of course, I was in on drone racing in that league, but now you put humans in the drones, and all of a sudden it's so much more exciting.
Did the producers just want to jam this into a sporting event because they just wanted to show jetpacks? Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. You know what I mean? I tell you one thing, you can't play that sport. The jetpack, they are not powerful enough. You know what I mean? They won't be able to hold you up there.
That is correct.
You go right down to bang, splash, big splash.
Yeah.
You know, I've gotten tweets saying that the Dan jokes are getting old. I don't think so.
Tonight on A&E, 60 Days In.
One of the few things passed down like an heirloom in our family, an interest in prison movies and prison things. Poppy, what's your favorite prison movie, Poppy?
Oh, what's the name of this movie? Papa John, Papillon.
Papillon. Papillon. Okay, close enough. We're in the realm. Anyway, let's
Papa
check.
John.
Papa John. Let's check in.
What?
Not
Papa
Papa John, Poppy. Let's check in with a prison show.
I've done my homework on this place.
See, I'm very intrigued. Are you kidding me? Papillon will be the best prison ever. You know, when you sit around and eat pizza all day long. That's the way to do it. You know,
We'd all
Papillon.
be volunteering to be inmates. All of us.
Thin crust, regular
That's
crust,
right.
deep
Think-
dish.
that's
Deep
right.
dish.
Double cheese, single cheese, you know, throwing some salami, you know, whatever it is, chicken, onions,
Pepperoni.
you know. Oh, pepperoni, that's right.
My father's
No
forgotten
pineapples.
what to put on pizza.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
You can't tell, but I'm cuffed to this chair. I have to be here again tomorrow.
Hey, Dan, I got a present for you.
I commit to sharing with you and seeing.
Oh, look,